We're going to look at Keyword Atlas. So this is the Keyword Atlas link, manus.ws/Keyword Atlas. Now, keywords are a vital part of your traffic generation and your content planning. And that's the reason that we're focusing on keywords so much in this. Now, people tend to not take this seriously enough. So I put that link, Keyword Atlas, in there. This is the sales page for Keyword Atlas. And this is a one-time fee. I searched long and hard to find a good one, and I really should have started with this guy. I like his products a lot, Dave Gwindon. And one-time fee, $37. And it's a desktop installation, and it's for Mac and PC. That was a key thing for me. I wanted it to be for both. There are a lot of good keyword tools out there, and most of them are recurring and all of that. All right, so now, Keyword Atlas. When you buy it, you log in and you'll get this. And this is a very simple screen. They have great training tools. They're great training tools here for how to use this. So you can start with that. Let me get I'll go to Google here. The way the Keyword Atlas works is that it uses this technology. So let's say I'm going to look up gardening, since that's Amy's deal, gardening. So you can see when I put in gardening and a space, it shows me other things that people are looking for right here. This is called keyword suggestions. This is real time. This is the most popular one being searched right now. This is the most popular one being searched after that. So it's in order, and it also is regionalized. So that's in Alabama, which is where I am, okay? So every search engine does that. They have this keyword suggest thing going on. And Bing and Google and Yahoo and all of those have the very same thing. In Keyword Atlas, when you do the suggest keywords, it's going to pull in the kind of keywords that you're looking for. So you can choose global or you can choose region. And it's only pulling in these regions, and these are all English speaking, which is good for us, okay? So you can do all of those, or you can just do the region. So I'm doing just United States. Select items, this is really cool. You can choose Google, Bing, Yahoo, Ask, AOL, DuckDuckGo. If you're doing e-commerce, you can choose these stores that have search engine APIs. And all you have to do is click on it. It's going to add it. If you're doing video marketing, you can search these for video keywords. And then this is Wikipedia and Google Play Store as well. I'm going to add Bing and Yahoo, and then I'm going to come back over here. And so Google, Bing, Yahoo, and position score, okay? So I'm going to come back over here. Let's take out Yahoo, and I want to add DuckDuckGo. Okay, so there's DuckDuckGo, Yahoo's gone. So I'm going to come back. Okay, so we put gardening in here. Now I've got keyword, country, Google, Bing, Yahoo. Position score is about where this is in that ranking. So position score for Google gardening zones would be 1 on Google, okay? And it depends on where you're searching from and all that kind of stuff, but it'll give you a good idea of what's being out there and searched. So here's gardening. We're going to run it and see what we get. Let's see, go hit start. Now you'll see down here in the bottom that it's just cranking away. And what it does is it goes through gardening A, gardening B, gardening C. It does A as a prefix and B and then A as a suffix. So it's A space garden, then garden space A. And it goes through and it searches all of those things. Now, remember we said gardening zones and supplies, and for beginners, this is exactly the way it was when we did our Google search. So it pulls in the search information, and so it shows you here that's number 1, and it says that this is number 1 as well, which means that they must fluctuate back and forth a lot. Gardening beginners has a little bit of a lower rate, gardening tools has a little bit lower, but then you get Bing and you get Yahoo, and these are different positions on their searching suggest engines. So this is almost finished. It's running 53 passes in those 3. Now, depending on what you choose, it will take a long, long time or pretty short. But notice we have 860 keywords over here. 800. Now we're at 900, and we've got 2 more passes to go. So we're going to hit almost 1,000. Okay, there's 979 keywords, and it's done. Tells you right in the bottom. The position score on these is the top one. I can just click the columns and sort, right? So I can sort by position score, and it gives me the top and the low. Here's the top one. These are 100. So gardening by the yard is position number 1 in all 3 of these. Okay, gardening quotes is position 1 in all 3. So 100 is the best. So you've got 5 that are doing really good, right? Now let me show you something that we can do here to put a weight on this. Which is more important to you, Google, Bing, or Yahoo? We're getting good information on what some of the keywords are, but if it's in Google, which is 10 times bigger than any other search engine out there, it seems like, we probably want to give that a higher weight. So what I've done here is I've given Google an importance of 10, and I've given Bing an importance of 8. Now, Bing is not that important to me. I'm going to make Bing 6, and I'm going to make Yahoo even less important. So Yahoo's a 4. Google's big, Bing is 6, Yahoo's 4. Now it's going to give a lot of weight to Google. These scores will adjust based on what I put in here. So because these are all 1s across, it's still 100. But these scores down here will adjust based on what the search result was. So this is still a 1, but notice that's a 3, but it's only a much lesser importance. So it still has a really good score for us. So that's a position score that we like. That gives us an idea of what's being searched right now. And that's what this is. Not only good for historic, but it's also good for trending, okay? All right, so now let's look at this and I say, okay, these top ones I'm really excited about, and I may or may not be, but I'm just going to checkbox these. And I'm going to say, these are my, remember we talked about focus keywords earlier? Each one of these might be a focus keyword that we want to keep, whether they are or not. We're just saying that, okay? So let's get all 100s right there. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to do this, and the send selected to related keyword tools. I'm going to click on that, okay? This tab opened up, and it copied those keywords right over here. When I run search on this, I want this to give me related keywords that I might be missing with these in here. So I click start, and it's doing some passes there. It's got 6 passes to go. It's picked up 47, 63, 72. Okay, so now we have 88 related keywords. Gardening by the yard, Netflix. Okay, and it shows you where the source is over here. So these are keywords that you're going to scan through this and say, you know, this gardening by the yard, I don't have any idea what that is, but it seemed really popular. So what is that? That must be an HGTV show. I bet that's what it is. So we click on those, whatever else we want to take over. So you can see these are just all different kinds of ideas. These are idea generators. And if you look at keywords as a traffic and content plan, you're going to look at 2 things. You're going to look at the source, not the source, but the number of searches, but you're also going to look at the potential to use the keywords as topics for your content, correct? So let's just do this. He's done a really good job of integrating this stuff, but you do have to follow the directions on getting it done. So we're going to take these, we're going to take them all 970 of them, okay? And let's see, I'm going to select all rows, okay? Now I'm going to create a file. I'm going to save it to a project file. First, I'm going to save it to a CSV. Okay. And there's keywords for gardening. Okay. saving that. All right. Now I'm going to go to search volume, which is right here. Now I could have just copied all of these as well, but I'm going to go to search volume, and I'm going to come to these two. This is Storybase and this is Google. Storybase, these are two free search volume opportunities for you. Storybase, you can only do 800 at a time. You do 800 or you can do 2,500. If you're on Google, you can do 2,500. But you have to choose Google for that one. But I'm going to do Storybase because I want to show you Storybase. Okay, so I'm going to come back to 800. It gives me two sets. So I'm going to copy this. And when I click copy, it opens up the Storybase website. And you can see it here. And right here is where you paste in those keywords that you copied, because you hit that copy and you did 800. It's going to submit 800. Now, it's running. Here it says 30%, 40%. It's running, and it's giving us all of these search categories or search results, giving us all the search results. Now it's done. So I'm going to download this. I just call this gardening. I usually organize this stuff better so it's all in one spot, but I'm just going to put it in here. Keyword results. Okay, that's in downloads. Good. Okay. Now I'm going to come back here. I open up my Finder or my whatever file manager you have, and I'm going to grab this as my file, gardening keyword results, CSV, drag it over into this box. Now I have all my search results right here. So it's a free way of getting all the search results. This right here saves you about $300 a year, because that's what the other keyword tools are really paying for, is to do this seamlessly. But this guy figured it out how to do this pretty easily and save yourself some money. Now, let's sort this by search. So gardening is 22,000, square foot gardening is that. And the position scores on these are pretty low. Gardening tools, this is Amy's big one right here. This is where you make money, isn't it, Amy, on gardening tools?
It is.
Okay. So what that tells us is it's got a really good position score. There's a really good search amount, monthly search of 9,900. And so this would be one that you want to do. But here's what you really look at. You look at this over here and just highlight this. How many topics do you have here for keywords? Square foot gardening, gardening tools, container gardening zones, hardening of the arteries. I don't know why that got in there. Hydroponic gardening, gardening tips, direct gardening, gardening supplies, gardening ideas, gardening for beginners. These are all great topics, right? So that's why keywords are so important. And we're going to really focus on this tool a lot in building out your content and marketing plan, okay? Any questions? Amy, anything you want to say about this?
No, it's a great tool.
Pretty impressive.
I've heard a couple questions asking again about the color coding.
I haven't seen the explanation for it myself, but just from using it, my take on it is that the yellow is not great, the green is good, and the red is almost non-existent, or is in most cases non-existent.
Okay, so a no-go. Okay.
Yeah, a no-go.
And I can see that based on some of them, where some of them would be maybe tough to get on the first page for.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you're talking about topics, and you can't come up with ideas, you put in your seed keyword, which in this case is gardening. And then you really just expand from there, and you've got a gazillion topics now. You can, from this one search, you can spend the entire year writing content. Yeah, if you have other tools that you like better and you're already using, that's great. It's not that you have to have this tool for keyword research. All you have to do is get a file with keywords in it that you can analyze. I don't care what tool you use. So does that make sense to people? I see Market Samurai, Ubersuggest, Longtail Pro. Absolutely, use whatever you got. But I'm just trying to give everybody a low cost option here to do some really good keyword search. Yeah, and saving a project file is different from saving the file. So you can save the project file. That's a choice here. Saving the project file means you can come back to it. You can load it. You can load the project file as well. You can save the CSV, you can save the text, you can save the keywords to CSV, you can save the text, copy all the keywords. These are just the options, right? Okay, whoops. The first thing I would say is just start. Don't make it too complicated.
Yes.
Get a set of keywords, come up with 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 that you're going to work with on a regular basis, and then do all of that testing on those 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. The thing that happens is you get 1,000 keywords and you get overwhelmed immediately.
Lynn asked a good question too. If we have ideas or products, do we do a keyword search to see if there is interest or it's viable? Yes.
Okay, that is session that's homework number 1.
It is.
That's on building your niche. So choosing a niche properly. So that is homework number 1.
So remember, go to nans.ws/KeywordAtlas to get this great tool for a single one-time payment.